Welcome into Chacha Vauzz, the Triple-A second baseman currently crushing that ball with the Memphis Redbirds, though only about 2 weeks into his time at Triple-A. But with the amazing stretch we have seen here from Chacha Vauzz, he already has his eyes set on the show. Perhaps the managers up there have their eyes on Chacha, batting .426, a .787 slug, 1.213 OPS, plus a 1.1 WAR. And while injuries are nothing to celebrate, Nolan Gorman, the current Major League second baseman, is on IL with a torn calf. He's out 1 to 2 months. Will we see Chacha get the call up to at least fill in during that injury? Everything is looking really good here. Contact is closing in on 70. The power's not that far behind. Vision, clutch, it's all there. Fielding is still a little bit of a work in progress. But as we look to get back into the series against the Norfolk Tides, we won the first 3 last episode, and we're going to start with a drooper down in left. Chacha, get back to the base I told you to stay at. Thank you very much. We start with that base hit, and we keep our hitting streak going. I believe that's now game number 14. It pops up. I was about to say 12. So clearly, I'm off a little bit. Hopefully the rest of this team is not, as we are down early in this game, top of the second. Chacha does not steal, though that ball is hit hard. But it will be caught in center. Chacha's going to just touch second and come back to first. Well, that's what we get for not having a normal guy batting behind us. I feel like Rotondo did a lot last episode. That was Bushburger, and now they're trying to pick off Chacha. He's back in time. Of course, he has been a stealing machine since moving up to AAA. Gets that extra step. And he's gone with that leg kick. And sliding down outside, we will tack on another stolen base here for Chacha Vauzz. 8 in about 16, maybe 17 games. He's doing great out there as it's a chopper over to third. Actually, no, he speared it. So good thing Chacha got back over quickly. That'll leave us up to our catcher then and Jimmy Crooks to try to bring us home. Chacha extends his lead. He might look for third here, and indeed he will. In play, so might as well go home. Drooping down again in left. Jimmy Crooks plates the RBI, and we tie this game up in the second inning. That is what we like to see, but we've got more work to do. Top of the third, we're down again. We've got the bases loaded. 1 out. Pitch outside. And not gonna be a grand slam. Will we droop again? Yes, we will. Gonna have to hit the brakes, though. Get back to first. Keep them loaded. Plating the tying run. Chacha Vauzz. Not necessarily big hits in this one, but 2 singles has got the job done so far. Now, Jacob Bushburger. He didn't have a great showing last time. Can he drive home some runs here? Can we take the lead? No, he's sat down on a 0-2 count, make that 0-3. Well, then to Chase Davis, we will rely. 2 outs, and this will be a tapper over towards second, making the throw to first. We tie the game, but we're not able to get any more with the bases juiced. The Tides get out of it, and bottom of the third, they tack on 3 more runs. Our pitching has not been good today. We're looking to help out by forcing a double play here. 1 out, 3-2 count. That's going to be hit over towards short. Have to cover the bag here. Look to make the throw to first, and we'll get out of the third without giving up any more. Chacha's definitely improving his play out in the field, cleaner since moving up to AAA. Top of the 5th, we've added 1, so have they. We've got 1 on. Same pitcher with a 4-seamer finding the bottom third. And underneath that one, it'll be his first time retired in this one, not blooping down. Shortstop backs up and collects. Go to bottom of the fifth. We're seeing a lot of action, at least in this game, as the Tide's trying to fight back and make sure they don't lose this series in game number 4. Jordan Adams batting .320 as we have our second pitcher in the game. Pitches in, and it will be tapped over to Chacha, who will cut it off. Look to make the throw to first in time to get the runner. Now we just need a few more hits to come in. Chacha 2 for 3 today with 2 singles and RBI, stolen base. But we're down 3 right now. Did I mention it's top of the 7th? And there's a good crack going left field and foul. That would have played it at least the one on second. And then he goes golfing. Chacha fought back to a 2-2 count. But he gets retired as we do draw one back, make it 6-4, bottom of the 7th. So someone does get that run home from second. Once again, Jordan Adams up to bat. We've got 2 outs. We're looking for the out here at first on an 0-2 count. Or we could sit him down with a pitcher. That'd be great. No, Chacha's, he's going to have to do some work out here, driving in on that ball and making perhaps a little bit too hard of a throw, but it got the job done. Ending the 7th, we've got 2 innings to get 2 more runs. And it will be dynamic challenge for Chacha. Top of the 9th. We've already got 2 out. He's got to get on here and keep our hopes alive. So let's try to do just that. Get on base. Let his speed go to work on the base path. Facing Sir Anthony Dominguez. Chacha Vauzz sends that one to the upper part of the stadium. It's a small stadium, but still a big hit. 400 feet, 105 exit velo. And with 1 out still to go, we are within 1 point of tying the Norfolk Tides. And do correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the first pitcher we've faced who has spent time at the show. Well, this one is going to come down to Chase Davis, as we do have a man on first. It's an 0-2 count. Sir Anthony Dominguez trying to get out of a tough spot. Hard hit ball over towards second. Wasn't quite hard enough. Tides pick up the win here. Game number 4. We can look to take this series then in game number 5 as Chacha Vauzz continues a very hot streak. 2 singles and a home run. At least for now, Norfolk not in front. They've started a good bit of these games ahead. We've just happened to play better in the second half. We're seeing Jordan Adams early on in this one, facing against our pitcher in Cooper, who's going to deliver a hittable ball, but not going to drive that one through the infield. Chacha records the out, or at least gets the assist on the out. As we move to top of the 2nd, leading off here against Tyler Wells. A 13-pitch first inning for him. Leaving one for Chacha, dropping down this time in right. Will be another single to kick off his game. Make that 15 games in a row then with the hit streak. Chandler Redmond now back in behind Chacha Vauzz, who has that extra step. Waiting for that leg kick. Chacha's going as the ball is in play. And it's going to be caught. Chacha will not be getting back in time, but he at least made the effort to get back. Just one of those unfortunate scenarios. Our pitcher, he's in one here. Bottom of the 2nd. Bases loaded for Carter Young. Batting .198, 12 ribbies. He could massively add on to that here with a solid hit through the infield. We're looking to turn 2, though. Get that double play and keep these points off the board. Throws good enough. And we do still get the double play, though that reticle was red, not green. We'll get away with one. And in the top of the 4th, we're still waiting to see our first run. Man on first, 2 outs. Tyler Wells, pitch number 40. And Chacha with a tapper over towards short. Will get the out then at second. A fielder's choice, but still ends the inning. Now in the bottom of the 5th, Jackson Holiday leading off for the Norfolk Tides. 0 for 2, though, with a strikeout and a pop out, as we could get a force out at either second or first. Hit pretty hard over to Chacha. He'll just look to make the shorter throw to second. Shortstop covers this time for Chacha. And that takes us through the 5th inning. And we'll have a dynamic challenge come top of the 7th as we lead off. No one on, that means we are at least looking to get on base here. We haven't done much in terms of the doubles today, so let's go with at least getting on. Tyler Wells, pitch number 66. He's pitching deep in this game. The pitching has showed up for both sides as the slider inside goes foul. And swinging at one that ended up in the dirt. Chacha striking out in back-to-back games. Got a little bit worried there with the 0-2 count, but we'll send this one to bottom of the 8th. Still level 0-0. Jordan Adams now stepping up to lead off. Zach Thompson has come in. He had a 1 pitch out in the previous inning. Sending this one over to Chacha. Shuffle steps to the right and looks to make the throw to first in time. And a dynamic challenge yet again for Chacha. Top of the 9th. He is the last out for us in regulation. Can he get some points on here? Well, we're going to go for the home run as dusk, or yeah, I think dusk is at night, or is that dawn? Either way, it's a pretty sky against Kittredge, who throws a slider outside. And I don't know about you, but it looks like Kittredge is pitching around Chacha. All 3 balls low. Chacha takes the 4-seamer, though, high. That could have been a home run ball if he was able to turn on it. 3-1 count for Chacha Vauzz. 2 outs, top of the 9th. It's not going to be a home run, but he will take 5 pitches and a walk. So Chandler Redmond, it'll be up to you and Chacha to find that go-ahead run, as Vauzz has that extra step as usual. Kittredge trying to pick him off. He's back in time. These pitchers know the speed, the threat of Chacha Vauzz, the aggressive base runner. And Vauzz is going as that one is in play. Sliding down, but that's going to be an easy out over at first. As long as we collect the 3 outs in the bottom of the 9th, we'll be headed to extras. Michael Gomez on the mound for us, facing T.T. Bowens with an 0-2 count, 1 out. No one on, though, so we're just looking for the play over at first. The pitch is in. Will be a chopper over to Chacha, who's going to have to drive in on it and look to make that throw in time. Was that a bullseye throw? There we go, Chacha. But we've got to make sure we get the out here. Dylan Carlson, bottom of the 10th. He's got the bases loaded. John King in here to try to keep us alive. As that one is popped up, Chacha will come over to help cover. But we don't have to do much here. We record the out, keeping our game alive. And Chacha will have the dynamic challenge, top of the 11th, with the bases loaded. Sir Anthony Dominguez, it's nice to see you again. Last time we went against him, I'm pretty sure we jacked a home run right field. Chacha's only ever hit 1 grand slam, and he's not getting one here. Good timing on the 97-mile-an-hour sinker down the middle, but instead of getting just a little bit under it, he gets a lot under it. It's a pop-up. The bottom of the 11th, 1 out, 1 on. We have the lead as David Banuelos is trying to drive him home. But he is over on third. We're crowding the grass with a hard hit ball. It goes through the hands of Chacha. And we don't get any out. That's not really a problem of us messing up, but simply the ratings of Chacha Vauzz. We've got to make up for it here. Top of the 13th. The fans here today getting all the extra ball that they could ask for. And we want the go-ahead run. Man on second with 63 speed. Get the hit into the outfield. Or Chacha pops it up again, just laid on it. And again, it's weak contact. So things slowing down a little bit here for Chacha. Bottom of the 13th we go. Hudson Haskins, no one out, 2 on against Riley O'Brien. And that one will be popped up into right field. The runner from second will advance, however, over to third. Dylan Carlson will go back to first. And that leaves it up to David Banuelos yet again, this time with 2 outs. Force out at second or first. And it's going to be popped up deep right center. Tracking back. Center fielders got it, which is a good thing because we were not out there for a cutoff. We get a little bit of luck there. And to lead off the top of the 14th, it's Chandler Redmond as Chacha Vauzz is on second. And he's looking for third. As that one is in play, down and right, Chacha will run home for the go-ahead ribby. Chandler Redmond. He's got to be one of our closest friends on this team. But if you were wanting that to be the end, it would not be. Jackson Holiday, bottom of the 14th, as they have already tied up this game 4-4. We might have a complete second game in this one. Nobody out. That one is going to take a nice little fly to left field. Warning track power as the runner does not go. He thought about it. Chacha knows that feeling. Well, Dylan Carlson will step up then. Still with that man on second. 2 outs. We're actually an inning later, bottom of the 15th. Reading the whole score bug would definitely help out. And that's your ball game. A 2-run home run. Dylan Carlson finally ends this one in the 15th inning. But honestly, Chacha had several opportunities in this one to make something happen, and he came up short. So we're going to drop Game 4 and Game 5. We head into Game 6, still looking to take this series. And for Chacha, I'm sure he wants to get that bat swinging well again. He was 1 for 5 in that last game with just the single. Several pop-ups on some good time swings, so he's just got to re-aim that bat. We start top of the first, facing Povich, and we've got no one on. So let's hit a double or better here. Get something going, get a little bit more power behind these hits. Or it's going to be another pop-up that's going to go a handful of steps in front of the center fielder. Perhaps the top of the 4th will provide a better opportunity than at a hit. Still facing Cade Povich. Pitch number 29 to start the 4th. That is not too bad. And again, it's just some soft play. This might go down as an error as Chacha reaches. Gonna have to see what they rate that as. It is gonna be an error. So still not a hit for Chacha Vauzz, but he does get on base, and he's a threat on base. So for our friend then in Chandler Redmond, who's done a great job batting behind Chacha Vauzz. We're gonna get a little extra step for him. Chacha goes as that one is in play. No idea where that ball is. And Chacha is out at third. Would have been helpful if I knew where that ball was hit, but we get thrown out. My bad, Redmond. We'll look to make up for it in the top of the 6th with a man on for Chacha Vauzz. 1 out, still waiting for that hit to find game 16. And that one was low. Runner, though, does not advance. Got to pick our pitches a little bit better here. We're getting greedy with our swings. Taking that one low out of the zone. And then he's going to pop this one up. Is Chacha running out of gas here from his early hot start in Triple-A? He was crushing balls. Now he's struggling to really square one up. Hopefully we'll have that opportunity to do so here with a dynamic challenge. Top of the 8th. No one wants extra innings here. So Chacha Vauzz with a man on second, no one out. We need a solid hit into the outfield against Colin Selby. taking that one, but finding the bottom inside corner. And there's a solid enough hit. Chacha will be able to leg this one out. He does not drive in the runner, but he does record a single, and he does find game number 16 with a hit. And now it's going to be pretty important that we take away the double play opportunity. So we'll take that extra step, try to make up for things with Chandler Redmond, as we blew that opportunity on his hit last time. Sliding into second, we do take away the double play. Or perhaps not? I guess third base caught it straight up, so it's definitely a double play. Chacha's out at first. Man, that's unfortunate. So bottom of the eighth, we're still tied up here 2-2. Zach Thompson has checked into the game at pitcher, as Chacha just stood there watching what was happening. Make the throw over to first just to keep that guy honest. But unfortunately for the Tides, nothing would come in the bottom of the eighth. An opportunity, though, for Jackson Holliday batting fifth in this game, as they've got a man on second, no one out. That one will be hit into left center, trailing back, and will get under it. The runner will advance on it to third. They're looking to walk off another game and tie this series. Carter Young is the man they want to do it. With an 0-1 count, they now have a man on the corners. We need an out at first, second, or home. Or how about a catch in the outfield? To extras we go for the second straight game. This time, can we not let it go 15 or 16 innings? Chacha will have a chance to answer to that himself with bases loaded. There is nobody out top of the 10th. Chacha, if you pop this one up, Sir Anthony Dominguez. We've homered on him. We've popped out on him. What do we got here? We got a fastball high. Chacha normally swings at those. He's reserved this time. He holds on. And there's another pop-up. Chacha Vauzz gets extremely lucky. The third baseman laid out for that one. Wasn't able to bring it in. Let's find the big hit then here. Fouling off another one. That time not even close to being caught. We'll take it, but the count goes 1-2. And he pops up a bunt. Come on. Chacha. Just get that one down. Base runner could come in and get the go-ahead score. And we only come away with one run. And Herstad? I don't know how to pronounce that one. But he's got just as good of an opportunity then to end this game. Force out at any base as it's over in between the gap. Well, they score the tying run. And they find the winning run. It didn't let me move over to try to get in front of that. Tides, they take game 4 through 6. And several opportunities here from Chacha Vauzz in game 5 and 6 to win the series. And the Norfolk Tides take advantage of it every single time, outside the diving miss from the third baseman. So after a rough end to that series, Chacha, he's going to come in here and try to add on a little bit to his contact. And with that, he'll also look to get his fielding up to 50. Confirm that as we head into our next series. And that'll be against the Bulls, who are the second worst team in the International League East. But we are the second worst team in the West. And as it stands, the Bulls, they hold the slightly better record. And for Chacha Vauzz, he wants to make sure that that average does not dip below 400. So he's got to come ready to play in this series. Joe Rock, the pitcher. And he takes a 92 fastball. And on 4 pitches, he rocks Chacha Vauzz. A strikeout to get the game going. Not what you want. Hopefully that's not a sign of what's about to happen in this series, but we are quickly back up bottom 4, and we're up 2-1. Against a new pitcher, he had to come in rather early. Chacha with a good enough hit that gets through the infield. It's not hard hit, but it gets the job done. And for Chacha Vauzz, that keeps the hit streak going. We have now racked up 17 straight. And that's got to be something that the managers up at the show are keeping an eye on. Chacha with a stealing opportunity. He goes, that ball is down in the dirt. He'll get there well ahead of time. If he can find a single, he's about good for getting over to second. Third base, that is always a question as it's a chopper over towards second. Chacha this time, he actually holds up at third, so he's learning something here. Rotundo bats him over, leaves it up for Chandler Redmond then, looking for RBI number 40. Sac fly here would do with one out in the fourth. And that one will get down. Third baseman not able to jump up high enough to get a hand on that one or a mitt around it. Redmond bats home Chacha, RBI 40. And he helps give us a 5-1 lead. Bottom of the fifth, Chacha Vauzz. We're looking to drive a hit here. We haven't seen that so far this episode outside the home run. That one was jacked. This one hoping to be a blooper, but the shortstop will take the few steps into the grass and record the out. Now the timing has continued to be pretty good here for Chacha Vauzz, but the contact has not. Might need to start focusing maybe on some vision perhaps to see where that ball's going and get some good contact on it, because the contact ratings honestly aren't too bad, as that's a sharp hit ball over to first. He will glove it and get the bag. Chacha retired rather quickly. Just about as quickly as we're trying to get through this game. Mac Horvath, though, trying to find a way to extend it. He's got to bring home the man from second. 0-2 count, though, as Chris Roycroft is on the mound. A sharp hit ball over the head of Chacha Vauzz will get down and right. Runner is headed home, and it's off the mark. It will be an RBI. Let's not let this one slip away. Kenny Piper, top of the ninth now, the man on first. 2 outs, 0-1 count. Nick Anderson has checked into the game. We could get a force out at either second or first, but it's going to be another sharp hit ball that will be tracked down in center. Redbirds do take game one here against the Bulls, leveling the overall records. Chacha Vauzz extending that hit streak to game number 17. With us not recording multiple hits in these games, that average is dropping. We started today 426. It's at 400. Hard to stay in the 400s forever. We've got 2 on. We're going to drive in 1. I just realized that the other one said drive in all. That would have been a great option. 1 out, bottom of the first against Workman. And Chacha pops up another with good timing. What is wrong with his contact right now? What do we need to change? Right now for Chacha Vauzz, that's leaving a lot on the table. We had the good timing in the last episode. We had the good contact. And even sometimes that we didn't, we were still getting hits. The luck is not there right now. Against Workman, pitch 45. Chacha this time puts a little bit of oomph behind it. It will fall down in short right center. A base hit for Chacha Vauzz, and that streak continues to 18. You don't want to get ahead of yourself, but you're wondering right now, is 20 a possibility? We got to focus on getting some runs, though, in this game. We'll focus on the following games when they arrive. As that is a ball loading the bases against Logan Workman. And Chris Rotundo is up to bat after. He's doing pretty well this season. He's driven home Chacha Vauzz a number of times since being called up. And we've got nobody out. Reaching, and it's just going to get popped up over towards first, an infield fly. So for Chase Davis, who's 0 for 1 today with a ground out, that puts the double play into a rough spot here for our Redbirds. If they connect, we will be stranded. 3 on the bases. Current trying to get out of this situation as it's a chopper into the outfield. Chacha, he's going to dig for home, and the ball will not get there in time. Chase Davis plates 2 as we take a lead here, bottom of the 4th. And this time, we're going to look to hold on to it. Dakoa Roby, pitch number 66 against Drew Baker. Batting .375, 1 out, man on first. We're looking for a double play. Roby didn't play all too well the last couple games that we were against him. Chacha, he's going to hold on to that. He wouldn't have made the throw. That's our bad Dakoa Roby. Coach can be as mad as he wants, but not throwing that, it avoids possibility of an error. The runners would have all made it anyway. We got to make up for it, though, at the plate with 1 on. And we missed the 94 fastball in the bottom outside corner. And Chacha is running up the count here, though just 1-2. And then he misses at the high one in the top third of the zone. A strikeout for Chacha Vauzz. He fouled off about 3 to 4 straight. The batting has just not entirely been there. He's good enough for a hit a game, but if it's not coming at the right time, sometimes it's not as worth it. Tatum Levens knows about that. As they are down by 1, he's got 2 on, and they're on the plus side of second base. We'll look to get the out then over at first. Chacha with his first real throwing error here in AAA. Something is bugging him. He's not quite playing like we've seen over his time here at AAA. The pressure, perhaps, of waiting for that call-up is getting to him. Bulls take the lead here. We've got to drive in that tying run over at third. It's all up to Chacha Vauzz here, bottom of the 8th. And that's an 85 changeup left right down the middle. He sends it foul. And he's going to send that one straight to the first baseman. And with a lack of speed, runner does not advance. That keeps us down here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll move on then, bottom of the 9th. And we do have a tie game here, 3-3. Pacheco, though, he might be able to hit home the winning run. 0-2 count, though, against Jake Brentz. In play, that one will travel to the center fielder's glove. We've got more extra inning baseball here for you at the porch. Chacha will have a chance to redeem himself. Bottom of the 10th, 2 on, nobody out. We've got to walk this game off right here. Hit a leadoff double. Dude, we got 2 on. Sure, leadoff double. I guess maybe the other guy was walked or something, or intentionally walked. I don't know what it's about, but Brentz, give us something to hit. Down the middle, Chacha takes this one deep right center and down. Ground rule double. Chacha walks off the Bulls, and it's not on a home run, but the ball did leave the field of play. Ground rule double, his first double in 5 games. It gets the job done tonight, and we pick up that win, a 2-0 series lead. And for Vauzz, it's his first multi-hit game in a good handful of games, keeping that average still at 400. And as we head into another game here against the Bulls, it's a rainy one. Bottom of the 2nd, Chacha leading off. He takes a curveball outside. Not going to sit on that one, though. He'll find a base hit. That is game number 19. We are 1 away from that 20 mark. And it gets us on the bases early in this one with Redmond behind. Nobody out, because obviously we let off. They're trying to get Chacha again. We're going to get that white jersey dirty early on in this game. And Joe Boyle clearly thinking about Chacha Vauzz, and there's a reason for it. As he goes, he will slide into second well ahead of the throw. Give him double-digit steals on the season, and he's only been with the team for 3 weeks now. Might be closing in on about a month, but either way, it hasn't been that long. Chacha, he takes that extra step yet again. He's looking for third as this one is in play. That's going to keep the shortstop over. Chacha will run home. The aggressive base running sometimes really pays off here for the Redbirds and Chacha Vauzz. And for Redman, I'm sure he appreciates all the RBIs we've been helping him achieve. Willie Vasquez, though, he's stepping up to bat for the Bulls in a 1-1 game, top of the third. He's got one on, nobody out. Teodo? I don't know. Our pitcher here, we're trying to get a double play for him. And Chacha, he's trying to clean up some of the woes happening in the field today. That throws in time. The 6-4-3 double play for Memphis. And Vauzz now has a chance to try to get his team the lead, but he's got to bring home a guy from first with 63 speed. And Boyle left him one right down the middle, but he doesn't get the contact he's looking for on the 99 fastball, flying out to left field. So a mixture of hitting continues on, still looking for another multi-hit day. 1 for 2 as a new pitcher comes in to face Chacha on the bottom of the 6th. Taking the fastball inside. And a tapper from Chacha over to second. He's not going to leg that one out. We are still 1 for today. But with one more chance possibly in this game, it'll come bottom of the 8th as the Bulls have taken the lead. Jake Brent's yet again coming in here to face Chacha Vauzz. No one on, 2 outs. And he left him another one down the middle, a little bit high. Chacha's underneath it a little bit late. Unless we get some run support around here, it might be Bulls game. So to Leonardo Bernal with 2 on, 2 out, 0-1 count in the bottom of the 9th. Andrew really wants to put this game away. Pitch number 21 from him as we've got some thunder rolling in. It'll be chopped towards second, making the throw and ending the game before a rain delay. Bulls take game number 3. 2-1, just as the score in this game. For Chacha Vauzz, he enters game 4 for the first time since about his first week and a half here at AAA that average has dipped below 400. We will start, though, in the field as Kenny Piper steps to the plate, facing Michael McGreevy. It's a full count with a man on third. We're trying to keep it just a 1-score game, or 1-run game, as that is more of the baseball term. Chacha gets in front of that one. Hard hit grounder. That will be an out at first. Now let's get to the plate and start to get some multi-hit games going. That was really projected Chacha to his height of batting. I think even at the peak was around a 4.67. Pitches in. Chacha sits on it, but he misses a 74 curveball. Not gonna miss that one though. A blooper yet again into right field. Chacha does get on the bases here. Bottom of the 2nd. And you know what that means. Chacha has hit 20 games in a row where he has reached. That is what we love to see from our young second baseman. We just like to see a little bit more around that. As that is a ball, 1-1 to Braden Yobert. Chacha might look to steal here. Lesko checking him. Doesn't go yet as the strike comes in. 1-2 count. Chacha, he's going to go here without that extra step. And that extra step is going to cost him. He's thrown out by the catcher. Now breaking the 4th wall here. I told him to take that extra step 3 to 4 times, and he wouldn't do it. I don't know why. He normally does, and we don't get the jump we were looking for. We'll put that one, though, on Coach and the show, because Coach told me to steal, and the show wouldn't let me get that extra step. But going back inside those walls, bottom of the 4th, Chacha with a hard hit foul ball. 103 exit velo. Oh, and he goes big swinging. well ahead of the 80-mile-an-hour off speed. And that's not going to really get you much of a power swing if you can't make contact. To the top of the fifth we go. Vasquez, he's back up. He's got another man on at second. No one out for Michael McGreevy. So we're looking for a play at first, most likely, as that one is hit hard. McGreevy, he'll make the play. Chacha's just a backup. So to bottom of the sixth we go. This game tied up. Now we have the man on second. No one out as Mason Englert has checked in his second pitch. And Chacha, he's going to send that one deep right field and over the head of the right fielder. Chacha, he's going to dig for his second career triple as the runner goes home. An RBI triple for Chacha Vauzz. It will not be an error out in the field. And for Braden Yobert, he can find RBI number 12 with Chacha Vauzz. As the pitch is in, that one's going to most likely be blocked. Chacha, you could get on back. I've been fooled one too many times. So we will go again with a 1-1 count. Englert with a hit, dropping down in left. Chacha gives the Redbirds a 2-run lead. Bottom of the sixth, Yobert gets that RBI number 12. And we'll have a dynamic challenge coming off of that as we have opened up the lead here. 6-1, bottom of the seventh. Another multi-hit game here for Chacha Vauzz. We're just going to look to try to continue that. Rebuild that average above 400 as we're at 402. Fastball, we're a little late on. But facing Jake Brentz yet again, we've seen him multiple times. He's been, I feel like, in every game. Versus the Bulls, Chacha with some early timing, good contact, will send this one to deep center, but it will be tracked down for the out. To the top of the ninth we go. Willie yet again is up to bat. 0 for 4 though with a man on second. It's an 0-2 count, 2 outs. It's all coming down to him. As that's going to be a sharp hit ball bouncing to first, who will cover and end the game. Redbirds, they take game number 4, looking to take the series in game number 5, following another multi-hit day from Chacha Vauzz. But you have to wonder if the pressure is off reaching that 20 milestone with the hitting streak, or does the pressure build to see how far Chacha can go? And we find game number 21. We haven't seen a whole lot of extra base hits today. And we start bottom of the first, no one on, 2 outs. Chacha Vauzz takes the fastball high. Jackson Baumeister, the pitcher to start today. And he doesn't have that many pitches, so he's doing a good job of sitting us down. Oh, and it's the high fastball that will get Vauzz. Baumeister with a really good first as we're batting third in this game, moving up from the traditional 4. We'll have a dynamic challenge coming off of that. Still against Baumeister here, bottom of the third. We're getting some hits as we have scored 2. We've got a man on, and we would like to bring him home. Chacha Vauzz with that average yet again back below 400. And a tapper that's going to go foul by first. And he's going to pop that one up. Not the best contact in this at-bat. We will not bring home run number 3. So moving on then to top of the 6th. This game moving along quite fast. We've got a man on first, no one out as Mac Horvath steps up to the plate. Gordon Graceffo is on the mound. Pitch number 60 for him as we look to turn a double play. Gonna be hit hard over towards third. We'll cover second. Look to make the throw to first. And we've got another double play. 5-4-3. Now we need a hit if we want to find game number 21. Baumeister still in. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. No one on for Chacha Vauzz. And that one will find the strike zone. Oh, and he gets beamed up by the shoulder. That is just plain rude, and maybe gives us one more chance at a hit. Good news for Chacha Vauzz. He can take an extra step now. A little bit of a late jump, but it's actually going to be pretty good for us. Takes away, never mind a double play. We had 2 outs. Inning's over. Baumeister actually having himself a decent game. Unfortunately for him, the bats have still yet to show up for the Bulls. Willie back up with 2 strikeouts. I don't know why we keep having to watch Willie. He's not doing much out here. Maybe because we keep getting the out on him. That will be a tapper over to Chacha, getting in front of it, collecting himself in, making the throw. We'll be 1 out here, top of the 8th. We might get in that bat bottom of the 9th. That's only if it has to get to that point. Good news for us, we'll find it bottom of the 8th. With 2 outs, 2 on, Chacha Vauzz. We just want to hit here. Let's not let the hit streak come to a close. Some insurance runs here as well. And it was left down the middle. Chacha with good timing has weak contact yet again. So unless the Bulls find some bats here, his hitting streak has come to a close. And it'll be up to Eloy Jimenez in trying to keep Chacha's streak going here. With 2 outs, 0-2 count for Nick Anderson. As he is trying to end this game. Will be hit. Chacha not able to cut that one off. But he did make an attempt. Would have been cool to have a Showtime event there, dive out for it. But even then, I doubt we would have been able to stop the ball, collect, and throw. 2 on now for Walker Jenkins. Bulls, are you trying to help out Chacha here? Not quite. It will be popped up in between the pitcher and the catcher. We win the game, but Chacha Vauzz with the hit by pitch in the 6th does not have the opportunity to try to extend that hit streak to 21. We do win the series, but it comes at the cost of Chacha's hit streak. So to the final game we go, as it is still raining here. I don't even know where we're playing, but it's just consistent. Well, I guess we're in Memphis, right? We're playing at home. Does it rain this often in Tennessee? You let me know. Well, it's a lot of thunder out there, and we're just getting this game underway. Here is the quick time event we were looking for, as Chacha will have to dive out for it. He will collect that ball. Now just has to make the throw and gets it in time. First baseman turns as that ball arrives. Great play in the field from Chacha Vauzz. And a dynamic challenge coming off of that, as now the Bulls find 2 runs. Possibly could have used that last game, but that would be some selfish baseball. We've got 1 on the corners. Why not? Drive in all base runners here, Chacha. We have not seen the power from you today outside that home run. And he tried the power swing there, but he's early on the 83 change. That's not going to be a power swing. They're going to look to turn 2, but Chacha runs it out. Fielder's choice as they get the man on second, but we do plate the run. And for Redmond, we'll look to get into scoring range. With a 1-2 count versus Wagespack? I have no idea, but he's trying to pick us off. But we are also trying to get a steal on him, as we do with every pitcher we face. Chacha's going as that one is in play. Chacha, why are you turning around? You should have been able to go to third. Maybe we wouldn't have made it. So honestly, maybe thank you, the show. We'll leave it up to Chris Rotondo then, batting .260. As Vauzz takes an extra step again, this time from second. Pitcher checks him before he goes. That one is bounced. I think bounced. No, it actually flew just very slowly into shallow left center. Collecting that out, it'll just be the 1 run for us in the first. Perhaps some optical illusions with the rain. Could have sworn I saw that ball bounce and then just take a very high arc towards the outfield. Guess I should have known that that was not really possible here. We got Munoz on the mound. I think he got called up from AAA, or from AA to AAA. As Chacha cuts that one off, but he's not able to collect and throw, and they're going to charge him with an error. I've seen that call go both ways. We'll try to bounce back, though, with a dynamic challenge as the Bulls have taken a 4-1 lead here in the third. Chacha does have one on. 2 outs. I want to go with a home run, but we just simply have not had the power today. So we're going to rely on just a solid hit to keep things going. Taking the cutter low. And this one will travel back with good timing. Okay contact. Perhaps with good contact, that one would have been a home run. It's tracked down at the warning track. And it doesn't look like this stadium is as full today with the rain and the thunder. In fact, we got people leaving. That's kind of rude. It wasn't even the fourth yet. We're there now, though, top of the fourth. As Willie, he has a hit today. There we go, buddy. Glad to see you doing something, but I would like to get you out here as we only have 1 out in the fourth. That will be a chopper over to Chacha. We'll take a few steps in and make that throw. I don't think that's where I really threw it, but it still counts. Now, can Chacha get a hit today? Flying out fielder's choice with a ribby. Bottom of the fifth, he's got a man on second. 2 outs. Jacob is still on the mound. And he leaves a hittable ball for Chacha that he will bloop yet again. Runner looks to go home. Chacha will get back. He was just playing with you guys. We get another ribby, though. And that's pretty important as we are trying to, 1, draw this game back, but we're also trying to get a new hit streak going. Chandler Redmond. With a steal situation, Vauzz will take that extra step. He will go. That ball's in the dirt. But he'll slide down outside, just get that jersey a little bit redder. Mark that. Number 11 for Chacha Vauzz. Count goes to 2-1 for Chandler Redmond. As Vauzz, he's taking that extra step already. He's looking to get 90 feet away. Pitcher's checking him. Chacha. I don't know what that's about. Honestly, sometimes I feel like the stick doesn't really listen to you. And then that time, I just slightly tapped it as I was letting my thumb down, and Chacha decides he wants to start running. Sometimes you just want the game to make up its mind. We have a dynamic challenge, but it is 11-2 right now. All right, then. Let's try to drive in the run then. Rally here, bottom of the 8th. Chacha Vauzz looking for a multi-hit game. And he's going to crack that one right down in front of right field. And he's going to look to turn 2 on this one. And he'll actually get it. I could have sworn that the guy was going to throw it to second, but he went home. We get that ribby, and we get the extra base. Okay. Like I said, bottom of the 8th rally here, as long as Chacha doesn't get caught trying to steal before the pitch. Not going to happen this time, as that one is down in play. Over towards first. Chacha, though, will make it home. We'll get the sacrifice there for Redmond. And we'll send this one to the bottom of the 9th for Wanbin Cho, as we are down by 7. You think we got a chance to come back? 1-2 count. And a dribbler over towards first. Well, we already won the series, so this game did not matter in that aspect, but in the grand scheme of things, this one might have. 4-2, Redbirds end this series behind a multi-hit day from Chacha Vauzz, and ends our episode in still a good stretch. But for Vauzz, we know he could do so much better. But we did have a 500 game to finish. In between the two 500, though, was an 0 for day. Another 250, a 400, a 250, a couple 200s, a 600, and a 200. So it's still a really good stretch from Chacha Vauzz. But when you took a look and see that the average dropped from 426 down to 390, it is a steep drop off for Chacha Vauzz. The OPS, though, is still at a good spot. Slugging did go down. And the WAR, that actually improved by 0.1. So even though we weren't seeing some out of the mind play from Chacha Vauzz, he still put together a really good episode. And as it stands, we have not been called up despite the injury that we have to Nolan Gorman. So it looks like instead they called up Sagazi and Mendoza over Chacha Vauzz, despite him having potentially higher potential, as well as being a higher overall than those two. So that's an interesting dilemma then. We are also missing Wilson Contreras at first, so the team up top is a bit banged up. Looks like perhaps maybe an injury as well for William Sullivan, but he's down at AA. But before we leave here today, we are going to come in here and get one of our contacts up to that 70 mark, leaving us with 5. And I feel like we need to go with some plate vision. I don't know if the contact directly is going to improve the contact or if the vision would help improve that contact. But that's what we're going to upgrade, and we're going to go from a 67 overall to a 68. And as per usual, we're going to finish up by opening up yet another package. We still have a couple items that we are looking to get. Let's flip these cards, and we have a Watch It Fly Home Run 2, a new pair of glasses, perhaps a gold ritual. I'm assuming that's what that would be. And another silver catcher's helmet. And indeed, it is a ritual. We already have the 2% here. And going between the two, it doesn't really affect anything. So we're just going to keep it as it is. But here is where we're going to leave things off for today. As it stands right now, our Redbirds, we're still down here, second to last. It's a good gap, though, between us and the Saints. Fairly tight between the Cubs and the Indians. Maybe even the Clippers can be in that race, but we've got a lot of work to do, and we need the whole team to start to perform, even though it seems like we are since Chacha has arrived. That might be a little bit misleading, as we are actually 4 for 5 at the start of this month. But in the previous month when Chacha was here, we were 9 and 5. So overall, we're sitting around 500 with Chacha Vauzz. We'll look to improve that as we start with the Knights next time. Make sure you're here for it by hitting that bear icon in the bottom right or scrolling down and hitting that sub button. And make sure if you enjoy these episodes that you do hit that like button and tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. It'll also let you know when all my other videos go live, as we have a very important game tomorrow. Stanford Cardinal looking to complete the perfect season, going back-to-back national champions after three-peating the Pac-12 championship. Can they get the job done before essentially half the team graduates this year or looks to go to the draft early? We'll see you there tomorrow. We'll see you back here with Chacha Vauzz, and we'll see you to start a new season with the Jaguars next Wednesday. A lot happening. Make sure you're here for it, as Chacha Vauzz is still batting a .390.